All right, good day, class. This video is going to be about Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. Now, I'm going to go over some things about their early life, and then Tesla, I'm really going to be talking about his end. But the main subject is going to be about their current wars, the AC versus DC. And the thing is, this battle truly revolutionized the world because before, the way you could see in the dark was through candle or kerosene, using on lamps and things like that. Electricity was nothing, that they've ever seen. To have light bulbs in your house and things like that was unimaginable. But these two guys really, really perfected, in a sense, the way to use electricity and how it could be mainstreamed and given to the people. All right, so that's what the topic's going to be about. This is going to be some long videos, a long lesson. So be sure that you take your time with this. You know, um, Again, this is good stuff. There's a lot of information on this, and I hope you really do learn something from this lesson. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin. All right, so here's the warm-up picture. Um, there's not much going on, as you can see, but there is something going on. So first off, what do you see? Okay, now based off the people, you see the two people there. Which one do you think is Edison and which one do you think is Tesla? All right, now for those of you guys who've paid attention to me talking in class, things like that, you should recognize the one of the people because I mentioned them and they're on the poster behind my desk. So you should at least know one of the person, and that will give you the name of the other person. Okay, so first off, what do you see? Second thing is, what's going on in this picture? All right, so kind of break it down. What do you think is going on? Um, and then based off this picture, what do you think the artist is trying to say? If they're battling, well, who's winning? You know, Things like that. So go ahead, pause the video, look at this picture, analyze it, and then what is this artist trying to say? So, Thomas Alva Edison was born February 11th, 1847, from Milan, Ohio. Now, Edison was one of those people who didn't get much formal education, but yet he was a genius. He did learn to read and write and do math, but his mother taught him. And the other thing was that he learned everything else basically on his own. His interest in things really drove him to want to learn about whatever the topic may be. Um, Now, when he lived in Michigan, he read a lot of books. A lot of them were about scientific and technological things. And there he learned how to operate telegraph. Now, we talked about the telegraph in previous lessons, especially during the Civil War. And you guys even had a little lesson about that, with the dots and stuff like that. So um, that's what he was good at. And he learned early how to hear and decipher it to make it into words. Now, he started working very early. You know, he was 13 years old. He started selling candies and newspapers at the railroad station. People coming in, people leaving. He was selling the newspapers and candies, things like that. But the thing is, at 16, that's where he got a full-time job as a telegrapher. He was one of the people doing the tapping and then translating it. Okay, so that's at 16. That's pretty impressive to understand it, to learn the telegraph at that young age. Now, at 21, that's when he first got his patent for a device. It was called an electric voter recorder. And that's what the picture is on top. to your right, that's the machine that he created. The thing is, it was meant for Congress so that they could vote faster, things like that. Um, but the thing is, when it went into the public, they really didn't like that. They were like, "Well, what's the purpose of this? You know, what kind of use can we do?" Um, because you have to remember, if it's for like something like Congress, things like that, they're not gonna have much use for it. You know. So the thing is, that was kind of gave him a revelation. You know, that he goes, when I'm gonna make something, invent something, it's gonna be things that the people, the public, want, and not something that's in a sense kind of useful to just some. Okay. Now, if you look on the bottom right, that's a picture of him when he was younger. So there you go, a little something about him when he was younger. Now, some years later, he invented his first true successful invention. Now, the thing is, it really wasn't an invention, it was more of an improvement on already existing product. And that's what he did a lot of. You know, he basically took something like, let's say, whatever device may be, and he, in a sense, improved it and put a patent on it, and then got money for it. So he didn't invent I mean, like everything he put a patent on, he just improved it. Okay, so the first successful one was the stock ticker. It's basically this little strip of paper that says what the stock is and stuff like that. So he improved it, and he got $40,000 for it. Now, with that money, he basically made a kind of a workshop area so he can try to invent new things, improve things. But the first thing that really jumped out um, that he made that made him world famous was this thing called the tinfoil phonograph. Now, there's a picture of him with it on the top right. Okay, and it basically recorded and reproduced the sounds that was recorded. You know, so we have that nowadays, right, with our phones and things like that. Just press a button and recorded it. But back then, to have a device that actually recorded what somebody or something was said, and then you can hear it back, that was revolutionary, right? Nobody had ever recorded somebody's voice, you know, a symphony, something. Now, this invention was so big, so just like wow, that President Rutherford B. Hayes basically invited Edison over to the White House to demonstrate it, and he got to play with it, some of that, and you know, again, world famous, never been done before, and it just revolutionized the world. Now, his next big invention was the incandescent light bulb. Now, the thing is, you have to remember, electricity was really nothing new. It's been demonstrated, been shown, but the thing is, um, to be able to sustain it and control it and have it provided practically, safely, and economically, that was the key. Now, the light bulb did that, as you guys see nowadays. I mean, you don't see electricity just shooting out of the light bulb. You know, it's held together by the tungsten and things like that. Um, you know, it heats up, things like that, but you don't see electricity just shooting off of it. That's the thing. Um, and that's what the light bulb did. It basically harnessed the power of electricity to heat up and then provide light. That was something brand new. Now, we're going to be talking about this in a little bit. Um, but the thing is, in total, remember I told you Edison didn't really invent everything that he had a patent on. He basically improved on some stuff. But in total, in the US patents, he had 1,093 patents. Now, one of his famous quotes was, he said, I have not failed, I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. So that's the thing with him. He didn't see it as, oh, I have to get it right. He basically was like, well, that didn't work. Trial and error. That didn't work. What did, what didn't? Okay, get rid of what didn't and continue on, but on how it did work and try a different way. Um, in that, he was very persistent. And that picture on the bottom, you see down to your right, that was him later on in life. All right, now we're going to talk about Nikola Tesla. He was born July 10th, 1856 in, I'm going to probably kill this, Simljan, Croatia. The legend goes that he was born at the strike of midnight on July 10th, and at that time there was a big, huge, large thunderstorm, lightning going off everywhere, thunder just crashing everywhere, and it's kind of like an omen that Tesla would be dealing with electricity. Um, Also, when he was younger, his brother died. He was about 7 years old. And the thing is, he said he had visions of his brother, like he would see him, things like that. Now, just remember that because that later plays a role in his life. Not necessarily seeing his brother, but seeing things. Now, at 26, he came up with the idea of a brushless AC motor, and he made sketches of it. Now, if you look to the picture on the bottom, that is basically uh, what he had in mind. It wasn't completely like that exactly, but it was kind of a rough sketch, and there were some things missing on it, but he had that idea in his head. So, Tesla studied math and physics at the Technical University of Graz, and he studied philosophy at the University of Prague. So you can tell this guy was no dummy. He was very intelligent. Now, the thing is, he got a job in Paris working with direct current. Now, direct current is the electricity that Edison used. And it just so happened that the power plant that Tesla was working at in Paris was created by Thomas Edison. So he's there and he's working, and he's like, you know what? I got to go to New York. And he fulfills his destiny by getting on a boat and coming to the United States. Now he arrives at at Edison's workshop with a letter of recommendation from the guy at the Paris power plant, and it was a guy that uh, Edison admired. And in the letter, it said, "Dear Edison, I know of two great men, and you are one of them. The other is this young man." All right. Now that speaks volumes about what kind of person Tesla was. At a young age, he's already being compared to Edison, and Edison's already invented, this and that, and he's already a world-renowned person. And here's this guy who Edison admires and looks up to, and this guy's like, "You and this kid are the top that I have ever met."